Hello everybody, Russian Batman here. Today I am drawing different YouTuber icons as I don't know, not as anything, just different YouTuber icons, but cooler and as a full drawing. This one's gonna be quicker. This is Mr. Beast, but part of the drawing did not save for whatever reason, so only this little first bit, and then the rest of the video. My OBS is being weird, so here's the speed drawing, and then I'm just gonna show you the actual finished drawing for a little bit longer than usual. So you can see it stopped here, and here's the finished drawing of my Mr. Beast. And this one looked really cool. I really like how the proportions look on the legs and the pose and whatnot. But yeah, and like I said, the lightning, that's the thing I worked the hardest on. I'm really happy how that lightning from the hands and the eyes turned out. I thought that was really cool. And this is what kind of inspired the rest of the video to make different to draw different YouTubers. So yeah, and I put a little beach background. My brother recommended that. And yeah, I do wish I differentiated the shading, that back leg from the arm. Okay, next guy we have this is video game Donkey. I had to do Donkey, and this one, like I said, second idea. And the idea I had for this one is to make him kind of like a bit of a mafia dude, like a mobster a little bit, like an Italian mobster. I don't know why. I just thought it would fit because he has that big cigar and whatnot and the glasses. So I'm like, he's gonna be like a mobster. So yeah, that's what I did for Donkey, kind of redesigning his character. I don't know. I guess maybe I should title this very redesign for YouTuber characters or you. I don't know, but I'm really happy how this one turned out at the end. I think it's just a solid drawing. The background's a bit weird. You'll see later when I start drawing the background. I don't know what I was thinking. It looks like some weird combination between a diner and a Five Guys. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm still, the weakest part of my drawings are always the backgrounds. But yeah, but you can see here, give him some chest hair, give him kind of the little bit of big forearms, things I associate with Italian mobsters, and I give him some some little rings and whatnot. And yeah, I thought it looked really cool, like this kind of donkey mobster type character. But yeah, and you see here I had this necklace, and wait, what's that? Oh, who's on the necklace? It's Big Yoshi. I had to put a Big Yoshi reference in somewhere. I just had to. I don't make it colored like Yoshi, I just make it gold. But if you look closely, you could clearly tell that the shape is distinctly Big Yoshi. So yeah, like I said, I had to do Big Yoshi. And like I said, I kind of give him, I had a little bit of trouble what color to make his shirt. You'll see here later when I started coloring the shirt. I first go in a gray, and I don't think it looks good, so I go with a yellow. I try to make it look like a little Hawaiian shirt, but then I just end up kind of going with this weird off yellow color or off white. I don't know, but yeah. You see here making the belt. Woo. And yeah, so I make all those little details. I make it all gold. His little earrings, and then he also has the big cigar as well. Yeah, I am really happy. Like I said, this one, yeah, see, I try to make little flowers, and I'm like, it doesn't look good, so then I get rid of it. But yeah, this one, I'm really happy with how it did. Yeah, you see, I colored in the ear, add some more lines and whatnot, then going with the shading, the shading. Shading is really fun because, like I said, I've been doing this new method with the shading where instead of going with the first layer of shading, because usually I'll do the first layer. What I used to do is I'd go in with the first layer of shading and just kind of draw where the shade would go, but then I would end up not drawing enough shade. So now what I've done is for the first layer, I'll just put shade everywhere, and then I'll erase everywhere where I don't think there should be any shade. And then eventually, then with the next layers of shading, I go in and just draw where I want the shade to be. But for that first layer, I kind of, I put the shade everywhere, then I erase. And then it kind of helps because then it ends up with more shade and more definition to parts. Oh, and sorry for that weird edit. I had to do a quick edit to the video. But you see here, continue the drawing. I put the final drawing in the wrong place of the video. But yeah, so I end up more shading, and then yeah, the background ends up being weird. And then I go in obviously afterwards with highlight, and I've started doing with the highlights. I end up for most of my drawings doing 2 layers of a highlight because for whatever reason, well, I know the reason, but when I do highlights, I just do pure white, and when I do that for some of the darker colors, it ends up looking when I do the highlights on the darker colors, it ends up looking too bright. So then I have to do another layer of but if I do that same. If I make it look like for the darker colors, it won't look like for the lighter colors. So I have to do 2 highlights, a highlight for the darker color and a highlight for the lighter color, if that makes sense. And here you can see the background. I don't know what I was doing, some diner Five Guys looking thing. Like I said, I'm still not great with backgrounds, but you end up blurring it out, so it doesn't really matter that much anyways. But still, I don't know. Like I said, I need to improve my background work. I tried. I think the beach background for Mr. Beast looked way better. And actually, the next background isn't bad as well. And yeah, you'll see who that next final YouTuber is. Who is it? I guess it is. Ooh. But yeah, Donkey. And then another D YouTuber is this one is Doug. I love Doug. He's very fun to watch. I like his stuff with Twitch chat and all that. So I make his little icon, which is like this weird bell pepper. But to I kind of struggled which YouTuber to make, because I didn't have a good idea of like what to make. Because like Mr. Beast, I kind of made like a weird superhero type character. Donkey made a mobster, and then you got this one, which is just kind of, I don't know, his avatar, but like with more added on it. So you can see here, what I end up doing is just it's the Doug avatar, but it has kind of more vines on it and whatnot, and also has some other like little references to the channel. Like he has a Waluigi hat, because in a lot of his video thumbnails he wears one. He has a video game controller, because plays video games. And then also right next to him, I put the little otter next to him, because he's done a lot of streams for, I don't remember the otter's name, it was like Bertha, I don't know, but he did a lot of streams for this otter for like fundraising money. So I put the otter there. And then also the background I make the background an actual aquarium, so it looks like he's like hanging out with the otter in the aquarium. But yeah, I'm like, so this is what I'm pretty happy with. Like, so I think the concept wasn't that great, because it wasn't really super, like the other ones had a really defined idea where it's like I said, video game donkey, mobster, Mr. Beast, kind of like werewolf, tiger, superhero thing with electricity, and this one's just kind of Doug, which I still like, because I'm a big fan of Doug, and I'm glad I made him. I really debated what the third YouTuber should be, because I didn't want to just make two. So yeah, I made this one actually today. I don't make all my drawings on the same day. I made this one the last day. That's why I'm showing it last. But yeah, I'm really happy with it, especially how the vines look. I thought those vines on the bottom look really cool. So I guess you could say this is like Doug as some weird plant creature, I guess. I don't know, but I'm still happy with it. Yeah, and like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. Maybe just like redrawing YouTubers or something, because they don't have a unifying theme. It's not like YouTubers as superheroes. Like one looks like a superhero, but then like the others don't. And I can't. But yeah, and yeah, I really like how this otter looks. I think this otter looks pretty cute. I didn't know how to draw otters, so I looked up a picture of an otter, and they basically just look like two tiny eyes and a nose. So that's all I did, was just two tiny eyes and a nose. I think it looks pretty cute. But yeah, there we can see. Ooh. Oh yeah, and Doug doesn't like winter for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. It can. I think I do know the reason why. He made this like video. Talking about something. He mentioned, Twitch. I was like, oh, we like winter, and he's like, why do you guys like winter as your favorite, time of the year? And he didn't understand, which like, he assumed the entire chat's from Florida, which is, an accurate assumption. But at the same time, like, how could you not, like, I get why he doesn't like winter. I think he said he lives in Seattle, and I get that. I've been to Seattle during the winter times, and Washington, I would imagine Seattle during winter is kind of miserable, because it's like city. You probably don't get, you might get a little bit of snow, but still, like, you're living in Seattle. Like, why would you ever want to live in Seattle? That sounds terrible. So I imagine that's probably why he doesn't like winter. But for everyone else who lives in hot places, winter is the best thing in the world, because then it's like not super, hot. So yeah, that's my take on that. Which is also weird why he doesn't like winter, because he said this the otter is from the otter in this zoo is from, what's it called? Why am I gonna say Toronto? I don't know, somewhere like Central California, which I mean, like, that's not super cold, so I don't know why he wouldn't like winter if he grew up there, which, I might be calling cap on that. But yeah, I don't know what I'm ranting on about. This is becoming a random rant about Doug. But yeah, this is the longest one, because I actually have the full drawing, here. So yeah, I guess Mr. Beast is like the shortest one, because like I didn't have the full drawing. So now I kind of just don't know what to talk about anymore, because like the other ones I would just say, boom, get all my points across, and then the drawing was over. I need to fix my computer's been whack lately. I need to fix my OBS. Man, I need to update it because, like I said, recently you've probably noticed in some of the other drawing videos, it just doesn't like save the entire drawing. So maybe I just need to separate my drawings more, where I draw half of it, stop recording, and then start recording to ensure there's at least like a little bit of like stuff there, so it doesn't just it wasn't recording the entire time. See me doing the shading here again, and yeah, like I said, this is another one I'm really happy with. If you guys want to see more, I don't know if I'll do this again. But it kind of this whole video spawned from I thought I had a cool idea for Mr. Beast drawing. I'm like, that's a really cool idea. I can make that into a clickbaity thumbnail. But what should their other drawings be? Basically, but it's kind of very disappointed it didn't save the drawing process. It did, like I said, I showed off the drawing a little bit more, but that one was the one I'm probably most proud of in the video. The other ones are really good too. None of them I would say are bad. I've had like some videos where like I don't know, some of the drawings don't look good at all, look kind of bad. I don't think there's anyone in here that looks like bad. Maybe just like not as good, but I think they're all fairly decent drawings. If you guys have any suggestions, maybe I should draw some OSRSers. That'd be a good idea. I know I've done that before. Might want to do that again. Draw some people from the OSRS podcast. And by the way, it's very very hyped. The OSRS is back just because OSRS. Yeah, that's cool. So I guess there's a reason for us to still have the OSRS's name. Although I haven't posted anything on OSRS in like forever because like I don't know. I kind of feel content just posting on YouTube. I could just get my stuff directly to my audience instead of having to go through the Just Too Good subreddit. But it's fun. Maybe one day I'll post again on there, but yeah, we'll see. Sorry there hasn't been many custom showcases lately. I've been kind of just away from my custom figures for a little bit, so I still still making sure I'm getting videos out, doing these drawing videos, which I still really like. I don't know if you guys like it that much. I don't know how much attention they get, but still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message, or no, it's just about kind of having fun, and I like doing these. So, yeah, make sure since I got plenty of time here. This might sound like it's dragging out. I do apologize. Maybe I should have made this clip a bit quicker. But like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Go watch the 2011 film Rango. Go watch these. You know who Mr. Beast is. You know who Donkey is. Maybe you don't know who Doug is. Doug still, he's a decently sized channel, but I think he's a bit smaller than the other two. So if you haven't heard of Doug, go watch him because his stuff is great. Yeah, apparently he does a lot of Twitch stuff. I don't watch Twitch, but I do watch his videos kind of recapping his Twitch live streams, which are pretty entertaining. So go watch it. Or maybe you do know about it. Maybe he is a fairly, good sized YouTuber. I know he's like I know he is like a good sized YouTuber, but compared to the other two, I don't know. I don't really look at numbers. I just watch their content and like go, haha, very funny. And yeah, go support go support St. Jude Hospital. Yeah. And watch the 2011 film Rango. It's a very good film. And yeah, you're gonna see the final artwork in just a second. And y'all have a nice rest of the day. All right. We see aquarium background. Boom. Woohoo. Yeah. So we'll talk about